Hi guys, what's up and welcome to a new mathematics video. It's me, Mr. Moustache Mathematics here, aka Mr. Stringer, bringing you a new video of the day. Today what I want to look at is how to square any two-digit number in your head. Now, I'm going to be honest with this. I think personally some people might find this difficult. Battle with it though, don't give up on this, try a few. It took me a while. I don't think personally I'm a naturally gifted mathematician, so I don't just get things like that. I know some people will, so that's fantastic. And if you do, great. But I know some of you will struggle with this part. Don't give up on it. I didn't, and now I can do it. So that's fantastic, right? Don't give up on this. And it's a very, very cool trick. Once you get it down, you can be as fast as timesing a number by itself, aka squaring it, in under 10 seconds. Easily. Now, here's what I'll say. Now, if you're to, so I said two-digit number. So the lowest two-digit number is 10. All the way up to the highest two-digit number, 99. You should, hopefully, be able to develop strategies by the end of this to do things like 10 squared all the way up to 99 squared in your head, where 10 squared is 10 times 10, yeah? And 99 is 99 times 99, so massive calculation. Things like 57 times 57. Now, I'll explain how, if I was to put a number on the, let's go for some 20s first to start with, how I'd be doing this. Now, if I was to say, wanted to do, let's say I want to go something small, we'll go for 22 squared. Lots of twos. Remember, just so you know, that's 22 times 22. How would I do this? Well, this is how I do it, as follows. I look at the first digit, 2. I then multiply that by itself. I square it. I'm thinking, okay, so that's a 4. I then look at the both digits, the first and last one. I times them together. 2 times 2, which is 4. I then double it to give me 8. I've then moved from the left, oh, sorry, it'll be for you, the left to the middle, and now I'm going to look at the right. The last digit is a 2. I then square it, multiply it by itself, which is 4. Just to double check, 22 times 22, or squared, is 484. That's how it works. Let's try another one. Let's do 23 squared. Or actually, let's go for 31 squared, where the numbers are different but a little bit higher. Now, first digit, if I square it, I get 9, times it by itself, 3 times 3 is 9. I then look at the two digits together. So I do 3 times 1, which is 3, double it, which is 6. Then look at the last number, which is a 1. 1 squared, 1 times 1 is 1. The answer is 961. 31 squared, 961. Now, we can try another one. Let's go for 40, what should we go in the 20s? We can go for 23. We go for 23. Right, different numbers. One higher than the first one because we've done 22. So 23 times 23. Let's do this. First one, 2 squared, which is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Next one, you do the two digits together. So 2 times 3, which is 6, and you double it to make 12. Uh-oh. 12. Where am I going to put the 1 and the 2? So you need to put the 1, you carry the 10s across underneath this number to the left, or to you, which is the left there. Carry that across, put the 2 there. So you can see I've got 12. Now, I'm not going to do anything with that for now, but in your head, if you were really good so far, you could be keeping track that this here is so far, it's 52. So you're just keeping a running total in your head because the 4 and the 1 make 5. Last one is 3 squared, which is 9. 529. Next one, if I go for, let's go for 34 squared. Super challenging one in my opinion. First number, 3. 3 squared, which is 9. Next one, 3 times 4. 3 times 4, 12. Double it, 24. So I put my 2 here and 4 there. Now, if you're good, like I said, you can keep a running total in your head. 9 add 2 makes 11. 11. With the 4 on the end so far, remember that bit goes on the end. And then I've got the 114. What's my last digit? My number, it's 4. 4 squared, 4 times 4 is 16. So now I put 16 there. So I've got 1, 1, 4 and 1 makes 5, and a 6. 1, 1, 5, 6. 34 times 34 should be 1,156. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. That's a bit trickier though. Now, I'm going to put one here. We're going to go for something which hopefully we can do on our heads. I'll put one as, we'll go for 19. Was 19 too tricky? Let's go for something smaller. Let's go for 41. We'll try 41. We haven't tried 41 yet. Now we've got 31. So 41 squared. Now, this one here, I'm not going to put the pen to the paper and I'm going to explain it, right? Thinking about it now, you've got the 4. You square the first digit. So far I've got 16. 4 times 4 is 16. I then look at the two numbers, the 4 and the 1. Right, so don't forget the 16 in your head. You need to be remembering the 16. 4 times 1 makes 4. Double it. 8. 1, 6, 8. I then need to move across to the last digit of my number. So I'm not forgetting 168, 168. And then what's the last digit which I was squaring? It was 41 squared. The last digit's at 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So 1, 6, 8, 1. Fingers crossed. Ta-da. And just if you wanted to realise what I was doing there, if you couldn't picture it, 4 squared is 16. 4 times 1 is 8. Double it. 4 times 1 is 8. That's a new one. 4 times 1 is 4. Double it, which makes 8. And your last one, which is the 1 on its own. 1 squared is 1. Now, let's try a bit of a tricky one. Let's go for, let's say, 35 squared. Okay? So, firstly, let's try to do this one in our heads. It's going to be harder because there's going to be some carrying going on here. Now, I've got to do the first digit, which is a 3. 3 squared is 9. 3 times 3, which is 9. I've done the first part. I then need to look at the 3 and the 5, and then need to times them together. 3 times 5 is 15. I'm not forgetting earlier that I've done 3 squared. I've got 9. Don't forget that part. 3 times 5 is 15. Double it. 30. So I've got my 9, and now I need to carry my, picturing it here, 3, 0. 30 like that. So 9 and 3 makes 12, 0, 1, and then 2, 0. Because remember it's 30, hence why the 0 is there. So 120. And then 5 squared, the last number, which is 25. So I've got 1, I've got 2, 0, but then I've got 25. I put the 2 underneath the 0. So 1, 2, 2, and the 5 on the end. 1, 2, 2, 5. That's how I'm sort of thinking about it in my head. You can't just expect in your imagination that the numbers are going to fall there. I have to actually draw them out to picture them. That's absolutely fine. You might do it slightly differently. 35 squared. 1, 2, 2, 5. Now, just to check it, 3 squared. It's just developing the first method, which we're actually trying to develop in our heads. You can't expect to do this like that. But what you want to be doing is this process, which I'm just showing you now on the paper, right? So you're doing 3 squared, which is 9. You're then looking at both the digits together. 3 times 5, which is 15. Double it. 12. Double it. 30. I'm one step ahead of the game here. You'll see what I meant there. 3 times 9 added together. 3 and 9 added together makes 12. And then there's the 0. That's where I was thinking about the 12. Now, after you've done that, it's looking at the last digit, which is the 5. Squaring it, getting 25. Putting the 2 there, the 5 there. And next bit in your head. 1, 2, 2, 5. Now, I hope it's been useful for you. I am going to put a challenging one on now. I'm going to try to do it in my head. I'm going to quickly time myself at the same time. So you can see realistically, if I don't use this method very often, what can you do it in if you don't practice it all the time? I used to say that my times were below 10 seconds. I will give it a try and see realistically what my time is. Now, I'm going to try and do this. If you want to race me at the same time, I'm going to pick a random number. I'm going to go for 60 and then 63. That's the first thing that pops into my head. I'm going to do 63 squared. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just going to start my timer. 3, 2, 1, and I'm going. Right, so I'm thinking 6 squared, 36. 6 times 3 is 18, doubled, which is 36. 3, 6, and then I've got another 36. So the 3 is going to go into the 6. 3, 36, 36. So that's going to be 396, 396, 396, 9. 16 seconds. If it's right, I was getting a bit confused there. But I got there. I didn't give up in my head. Now I'm just going to quickly show you the barrier to what was happening. I was doing 6 squared in my head. I was getting 36. I then done 6 times 3, which is 18. And I doubled it. And I got 36 again. I was like in my head, have I done something wrong? Have I done something wrong here? I've got 36 and another 36. Sorry, so I've got my 36 and I've got another 36. So that was a bit weird for me to picture in my head. I'm thinking 3, 6. So your point of view. 3, 6. And then, no, sorry, 3, 6. And then 3, 6. There's like loads of 3s and loads of 6s. That was a weird number. That doesn't always happen. And not only that is that weird, look at the original number. It was 63. 3, 6 backwards. Again, really, really screwing my mind there. That doesn't always happen. However, I didn't give up. Like I said, I did not give up. So I'm thinking, right, 3, 6. So I've got 3, I've got 6, I've then got 3, now I've got 6. So 3, and then 6 and 3, which makes 9, and then 6. 3, 9, 6. I've not given up, and I'm like, right, I just need to do this last digit. What is the last digit? It's a 3. 3 squared, which makes 9, right? So I've got 3, 9, 6, 9. Slowly break it down. 3, 9, 6, and then 3 squared. Now, give some a try. So you can do any of these. I mean, personally, I just get my phone calculator and I'll just do 51 squared. I'll then try and do it by paper if I can't do it in my head, and I'll keep working and keep working and keep working. But yeah, don't give up with this. This is a fascinating trick, and not a lot of people will know this, hand on my heart. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, it's Mr. Moustache Mathematics signing out today. First video of the day this week. Hope it's been useful. See you next time.